welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
It is arguably the biggest game on planet Earth. And now this grand game enters its 6th decade. We welcome you to Santa Clara and Levi's Stadium for Super Bowl 60. Tonight, we're set for what should be a great matchup. It's the AFC champion New England Patriots and the champions of the NFC, the Carolina Panthers. Wherever you are, welcome to America's great sports day. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, Super Bowl Sunday, 195 different countries know all about it. They're watching, Greg, and for the players, this moment. They've built so much, and now it's here. A chance to take the field in the biggest football game of them all.
Yeah, we're here all week from every team leading up to the Super Bowl. For the players that have been here before, there's such an advantage. You know what to expect. You know what pregame feels like. You know how to handle the emotions leading up to it. But for the new players, the new coaches, no matter how much you tell them, there's still an element of uncertainty that really doesn't hit you until that ball is kicked off. So who handles it better? Who's more prepared for this stage? We're a couple minutes from finding out, and man, I think we are in for a great game.
After all the hype, it's finally time for football. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and off we go on EA Sports. They'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
You just can't imagine the emotions and the thoughts swirling around his head as he takes the field on this opening drive, Mike. I mean, you think of the journey they've been on, their regular season, that gauntlet of playoff games through the AFC playoffs, and now here they are. He's taking the field as the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl, and he's 4 quarters away from living out his dream.
And his initial touch, good for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Playing close quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Able to get loose after the catch for more yardage. That'll be a pickup of 21.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line. A big play here in the big game. An even 40 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Chance here for the first points of this Super Bowl. 1st down and goal. Here's a run. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. The first touchdown of Super Bowl 60.
Well, after 2 weeks of anticipation, 2 weeks of scrutiny, I'm not sure if you can start a Super Bowl game any better than we just saw here, Mike. I mean, to take that ball down methodically, play after play, and end up with a touchdown, It just allows you to settle into the game, settle your entire sideline, and take a deep breath. Now it's up to the defense to go out there and try to get a stop, and you just can't start a Super Bowl any better than that.
Extra point attempt still to come. He knocks it through. And the Patriots are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0. Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
All week long, they just keep telling themselves it's just another game, and then reality sets in. And I promise, as he takes the field right now, Mike, the thoughts and the emotions swirling around his head, he's got to do his best to harness it. These are the games that legacies are built upon. He understands, even though he's had this long journey, he is going to be judged based on these next 4 quarters.
They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick first down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Quick throw, taken in. He's across midfield. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 7. Now a give to Davis. And he moves down to the 25. That's good enough for a first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
His kick is good. And the Panthers are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Brown now to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to see the football for the second time. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Just a short game.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. Brady to throw. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
Going to try to pick up the 1st down with his own read. And I don't know. I'm not sure he got there. I think they're going to mark him short. And now it is 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Patriots ready for the punt. Here comes Smith on the return. The Panthers offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. This is Davis, and he'll pick up 2 out to the 27. Second down, they need 7. On the ground once more, it's Davis. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Here's 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline, and he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big play here in the big game. 33 yards.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
On first down, it's Davis. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 7. He'll go again with Davis. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
Quick slant into the hands of Smith. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. Play is stopped for a moment. It is an injured Carolina Panther on the field. Without question. Something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Here's first and 10. Business inside the 15-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. It's good for a Panther first down. Now Davis. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. Here's second and 9. He'll drop to throw. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Panthers.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end. And they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Now, for the point after. It's up and through. Panthers are on top. It's now 10-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. play action. Here's Brady. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Here's a designed run. He'll step up and run this.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Here now, 3rd and 5. After a spirited first quarter here in Super Bowl 60, 10-7 is the score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Time for the second quarter. Patriots with the football as they come up to face 3rd and 5. Motion man is the tight end going right. On 3rd down, it's Brady. In trouble, and down he goes.
And we've seen this time and time again. When this guy is in a groove like he is here, I mean, he's impossible to block. I mean, the offensive line, they've got to come up with a better plan to slow him down, or he's going to completely wreck this game.
Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They had that field goal in the opening drive, the touchdown last time they had it. 2 drives, 2 scores, and here's drive 3. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Out wide, that's to Davis. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 4. Back to throw. You look middle, and he's got his man complete. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's a Carolina first down.
First down, Carolina.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Davis. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down. Able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on third and a yard.
First down, Panthers.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on third and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Now this time they'll look to throw. To the right side here, pass is caught. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up fourth down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
So, Dave Canales will bring in the field goal unit. This a 48-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Meantime, this kickoff is going to be returned to the 30-yard line.
So, Mike, leading up to the Super Bowl, one thing we talked a lot about was the impact special teams would make. And here we get a huge play in the return game. I mean, you think about Desmond Howard, my old teammate Devin Hester, Percy Harvin. They've all had touchdown returns in the Super Bowl, and that was nearly another one.
To throw is Brady. The throw here is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Brady. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
They go 5 receivers for third down and 4. Man in motion is Brown. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Brady set to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they're going to pick it up here. They took a chance, and it paid off. First and goal coming up.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Here's Brady. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he's forced to just get rid of it here. Now they're going to have to regroup and try again on third and goal. Play is stopped for a moment. It is an injured Carolina Panther on the field. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Third and goal. To throw, it's Brady. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
The kicking team off for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Pats move out in front by a point. It's 14-13. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The Panthers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Tight end, the motion man to the right. On the handoff, it's Davis. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Run here with Davis. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 16-yard pickup on that one. It's good for a Panther 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. The defense not biting. They stay at home, and they tackle him for no gain.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
They'll try again here, second and 10. They'll motion the slot man right. On second and 10, they'll try to throw. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Now they'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
Hunting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. 2 minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half. Back for more on Super Bowl Sunday after this. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with first and 10. Brady looking to throw. Quick throw taken in, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Second and 5 at the 29-yard line.
Now Brady. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stops the clock as well.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath, focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
So, first and 10 here now at the 38. Now, faking the give. Now, he'll air one out. And this will be incomplete.
So I don't hate the decision, Mike, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took that ball way too much time to get to the open receiver. And when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball. And he's lucky that didn't end up going back the other direction.
To the air is Brady. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Give him 13 on that screen play and a first down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Brady to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. New England going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
And he'll somehow turn this into a net positive, getting out of bounds after a pickup of a yard. The Patriots will turn it over to their field goal unit. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. This one is good. He knocks it through. So, 2 quarters down here in Santa Clara. The Super Bowl 60 halftime. Straight ahead with Scott Hanson.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hanson and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula and come out on top in this tight one as we hit the 2nd half. Could we have a finish to remember here in Santa Clara? 2nd half underway in Super Bowl 60. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. A handoff here to start the drive, but this will end up being a reverse. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. A run with Davis. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
Now the return. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Patriots offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On play action, here's Brady. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
To number 88. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Throwing on the run. It's behind his man, and it's incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
And the Patriots ready to kick it away. Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Davis. And this will be a Panthers 1st down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Out wide, that's to Davis. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They send the tight end in motion. He'll drop to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They get 16 on that connection. It's a Carolina 1st down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
And a hard-earned yard as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Panther first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
They'll run. It's Davis. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Carolina.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Now, the extra point. It's up and good. And the Panthers go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. Good return, but he pays the price at the end. Picked up and thrown down. The Patriots offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Brady. Throw on the run is complete. And he's back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain before stepping out of bounds.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Here's Brady. To the right side here, pass is caught. 15 yards on the catch and run for the first down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Handoff here, up the middle. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's 19 yards for the second straight play. They are rolling. Another first down.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Brady. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
Forced out wide. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
An extra point attempt to follow. His kick is good. And the Patriots have taken a 4-point advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Take this past the 30, a gain of 6, mark it at the 31. Second down, they need 3. They'll run it with Davis, and he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and inches. They'll try to sneak it here, and he is going to have a Panthers first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
He's got his man. It's Smith. A pickup of 12 yards. It's a Carolina first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
2nd and 10. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on them, and in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
A couple of 3rd down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. Down to the final quarter in Super Bowl 60. We'll return for the 4th from Santa Clara after this. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. 4th quarter begins on the ground. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. A gain there of 21. It's good for a Panther first down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
So they move inside the 20. 1st and 10 at the 18. Tight end going in motion here. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike. And what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells. So they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
And that is incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they inch a bit closer here in this 4th quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So it is back to a 1-point game now in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. Johnson now to return. Whoa! And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to get back to work. Trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd and a yard. They'll run the sneak. And that'll move the sticks. 1st down. Up to the 40.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
There's caught out wide on the RPO. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Now, faking the give. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do, and man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on 3rd and short.
Still 3rd down.
So after the 5 yards walked off, it is 3rd down and 8. Brady to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Play is stopped for a moment. It is an injured Carolina Panther on the field. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Special teams on the field, ready for this punt, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he couldn't get that one to check up, and it'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Panthers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
There's 2 big key pieces the way you want to evaluate quarterbacks in the NFL, Mike, is the first one, how do they operate on 3rd down? But the second one, how do they throw the ball when it's not a clean pocket? And you saw here, the ability to be on time and accurate through contact, that's what separates the good ones from the rest, and that was a big-time throw right there.
Off-balance throw, it's complete. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's a Carolina 1st down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Now, a give to Davis. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down.
Remember this one thing. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
The quarterback could have handed it. He could have kept it himself. I don't really think either option would have turned out much different. Great job by the defense having a plan for the running back and a plan for the quarterback, and they're able to force that carry for no gain.
Now Davis, and he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. in here on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 9. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are all holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the 1st down. Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short, the ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 9. Now Brady. To the outside, catch made by Brown. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Brings up 3rd.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On 3rd down, it's Brady. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's a run going left. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. The defense uses its 2nd timeout here. And don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Brady set to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. This one going to be sniffed out, flown up in the backfield. And 3rd and final timeout taken by the defense, so the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left. Third and a long way to go. We're going to put a man in motion to the right. They'll try to set up the screen here. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
And now the punting unit will come up, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That's going to hit and continue out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line. The Panthers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Out wide, that's to Davis.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. That one caught by Smith. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Panther 1st down. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll let one go down the middle. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield. And it all came down to that play. The offense finds themselves trailing, all out of their timeouts. The defense knew they were one stop away from ending this game, and they came up big when their team needed it.
Hugs on that sideline. One final kneel down, and that will put the bow on this championship season. And there it is. The new record holder for most Super Bowl wins is the New England Patriots, champions for the 7th time. Wow, you talk about a compelling Super Bowl. That's as good as we could ask for, Greg. A struggle, tight till the end, but ultimately, one team had a little bit more, and they are now the champions.
And as in the case in so many Super Bowls, Mike,